Ahoy hoy YouTube modeling community, it's the Lazy Eye Modeler here in the Woody Workshop. Today we're going to do a in-box review of what's in the box of the 1970 F100 Custom Cab 4x4. Now you may recall when I introduced that this was going to be the kit I was going to build for the Ford Truck Month, I mentioned I'd received it from Pat Redmond, and it has a good ding in the box here. It wasn't clear when I said that. It kind of almost implied that's how Pat sent it to me, and that's not what I meant. I know that he would have notified me if it had been damaged before he sent it. So I know it went into the box in good condition, so I'm assuming either Canada Post gave the box a good bang, or the wrapping's too tight. Sometimes that'll cause a box to squish down a bit, but anyway, I know Pat sent it to me in good condition when it went into the shipping box, and the shipping box was well wrapped and padded, so it's amazing how this can happen. Anyway, and I want to thank Pat for getting this to me. I really appreciate it. So what we're going to do is we'll take a quick look at the box, and then we'll pause. I'll open the box because it's still sealed, and then we'll look what's in the box. So there's the top. This is controversial because most people then looking at this picture thinks there's like an F250, F350 lifted truck in here, and the reality is it's pretty much only slightly higher than a regular F100 from Moebius. So here we see this side of the box. It shows the undercarriage and it shows the engine bay. It looks quite nice. Same picture, you can see where this ended up coming from. Papa Dan will recognize the model cave. I thank Pat again for picking that up for us. There's the other end. And on this side it shows you the built model. It's you can tell a little more there that it's not as lifted as it is on the top cover picture. So that's what the box looks like. We'll take a pause here, and then I'll open it and we'll look at the parts in the box. Okay, I'm just going to point out that the wrap is now off the box. You can see it's now open. I want to also mention that I am filming this on December 31st, 2018, the day before the Ford Truck Month starts, just to give you guys an idea what's in the kit here. Okay, we'll pause, I'll get the box open, we'll start looking at the parts. Okay, we're going to work our way from the top to the bottom of what's in the box. I'm going to leave the chrome and the glass in, so I'm going to show those to you first, and then we'll have another pause and I'll open the other bag so you can see things more clearly. So first, here is the chrome tree, one of the chrome trees. You have front and back bumper, you have the mirrors, you have the rear tail lights, you have valve covers up here, windshield wipers, and a couple of trim pieces maybe. On this side we have the grille, and we have, it's kind of hard to see with the writing, but we have the stock hubcaps, and the rear view mirror up here, and a couple other little trim pieces. There's not much chrome in this kit. And here we have the glass pieces, the clear pieces. We have clear red taillights, we have the windshield, and we have the back glass, and two side windows, as well as the headlights. Okay, just hang on and I'll open the bags and we can look at the regular parts more clearly. Okay, you can see here the bag of tires. There's 5 tires altogether. They're a nice tire. They have a decent tread on them. There's no sidewall detail, however. There's no markings or anything for the manufacturer. If you've seen the Moebius trucks, you're already aware what the cab looks like. This is molded in a light tan plastic, which is a little different. I think most of us would prefer white, but this should cover all right. I have to cut that out. Okay, the first bag of parts. We have a spare tire. We have a differential and differential cover, pedals, and brake booster. Here we have the instrument panel. I think this is the rear part of the bed, or the front part of the bed, depending how you want to look at it. There's the spare tire holder, steering column. I would say this is the firewall. Is this the tailgate? Maybe part of the tailgate. I'm not sure. And then the latch mechanism and top part that goes around the rad. We have rear springs, the battery, sun visors. I don't think these had disc brakes, so I'm going to say wheel backs, shocks here, and some other assorted parts. I think that looks like a jack. Here we have 4 more wheels. Looks like the heads for the engine. Part of the water pump, front of the engine. I would say the oil filter, air cleaner, coil. Here we have 2 engine halves, I guess. You can tell where stuff has been cut off the sprues, I guess from other versions of the kit. There we have the transmission and the fan and some of the pulleys and the belt. I'm not sure if that's the intake manifold here or not. Could well be. We have the exhaust. And the oil pan, exhaust manifolds, and other engine bits, the distributor and whatnot. We've got some loose parts here. Shifter. I'm not sure. A bit of sprue. We've got the tailgate, possible back bumper, radiator shroud, and steering wheel. Like I say, a lot of missing stuff off some of these sprues. You can tell they weren't going to give you extras for whatever reason. There's the frame. And I would say most of this is the stuff for the 4x4. There's the sort of the front axle, drive unit. Words fail me. Transfer case, there we go. Another cross member, a drive shaft, and other assorted parts that go along to, like there's 2 drive shafts, one here and one over here. And this is mostly interior parts. There's the hood and the floor pan, and I'm guessing the back of the bench seat. I'm not sure what that top part is behind my finger here. I believe this is some of the inside of the bed of the truck. Here is the front bucket. That's obviously not a bucket. Front bench seat and the door cards. And lastly, the bed floor and the sides of the bed. That's it for the plastic parts. We've got the decals here. Let's take a look at those. Make sure I don't cut through them, that would be bad. Okay. We have different tailgate lettering. We have Miller's Ford from Niles, Michigan. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. We're the ones to do it all. We have some license plates, obviously instrument panel. We have the callouts that go on the air cleaner for the size of the engine, and we have Johnny's Lawn and Tree Service, if you want to make your truck Johnny's Lawn and Tree Service. And there's another little decal sheet in here. What is this? It says custom and it says Ford. Just a couple little additional decals. And lastly, here's the instruction sheet. The usual Moebius glossy instruction sheet, and it shows that we start with the chassis and then continue with the chassis, and then we get started on the wheels. And over here we start on the engine, and more engine work, as well as the engine going into the chassis. We have the construction of the cab and the interior, and then the interior going into the cab. We have the construction of the bed. Nope, I'm too close. There you go. Construction of the bed, and then putting the whole thing together. It gives you some color pictures of what the built truck should look like. And then it gives you color callouts for the different colors that it was available in. And then it shows you the possible two-toning here. So that's good information to have. Anyway, looking forward to this build. I know there's at least a couple others, I think, that are doing the 4x4 as well. So I hope everybody has a good time during Ford Truck Month, and we'll see how far we can get with this F100 Custom Cab 4x4 from Moebius. Alright everybody, take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.